Hi, I'm Brenda, and you're watching Brenda Hour. Welcome to my endeavor of asking the world's dumbest questions that no one brought up. Do I have too much time on my hands? Possibly. But before I start laying down the reasons of why I shouldn't do this, let's stomp over that logic and move on to the lore behind the dinosaur game. Now, I have done extensive research on this game. By that, I mean I have read the Wikipedia page on it. Could you do the same? Yeah. Are you going to? No. So here is how it all started. The Dinosaur game was developed by the members of Chrome UX team back in 2014. The members included Sebastian Gabriel, Alan Betts, and Edward Hume. The gameplay basically involves moving a dinosaur across a landscape. The longer you avoid obstacles, the longer you live and greater your high score. It is interesting to note that the dinosaur we play as is Tyrannosaurus rex, or more commonly known as the T-Rex. The developers say that they initially named the project as the Project Bolan as a tribute to Mark Bolan, who was the lead singer of the band T-Rex. Apart from that, it can also be assumed that the developers chose the T-Rex over any other dinosaur because one, it looks absolutely badass, and two, well, not only is it the most popular dinosaur that people know of, it is also known as the true king of all dinosaurs. Why would you put any other dinosaur in when you could put the true king of all dinosaurs? But why dinosaurs? What compelled the developers to make a game about dinosaurs as opposed to any other thing that they could make a game about? Apparently, it was a joke, and the joke was, well, if your internet is down and you can't really access it, you might as well be living in the prehistoric ages where dinosaurs were there. And gotta give it to them, kind of funny. This is all the existing information, the information that they want us to believe. But since I am here to spread misinformation, I'm going to play the entire game and come up with my rendition of what is happening in that game and what is the story behind it. Hi, actually I'm not going to play the game because I absolutely eat shit at it. Instead, I tried watching an 11-hour video instead. God damn it. Now let's look at some of the common things that we constantly see throughout the game. First of all, the cacti. This is interesting because the T-Rex did not live in deserts. They lived in forests and near rivers and everything, but not deserts. The reason being forests and rivers were more open and there were more prey there. So since T-Rex is a predatory dinosaur, it would be in a place where there were more prey, right? So desert is not its natural habitat. So it can be assumed that the reason the T-Rex in the game is called the Lonely T-Rex is because it is the only one there. That means it doesn't have its people in the desert. So is that why the T-Rex keeps running endlessly to find its family? Another thing we often see in the landscape is those flying dinosaurs. And let me tell you, during the period that T-Rex was there, which was the Cretaceous, that period, right? I'll show you a chart that I found on Google. During this period, flying dinosaurs weren't actually that common. There was one flying dinosaur that lived until the end of this period, and that was the Pterosaurus. A common type of pterosaurs is pterodactyls, and the thing with pterodactyls is they don't live in deserts either. There's only one kind of pterosaurus that I could find which lived in deserts, in like the harsh conditions of deserts and everything, and it's called this. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it because, sorry. I'll show you a picture of it, and to be honest, it's a spitting image of the flying dinosaur that we see. This took me an embarrassing amount of time to find this information. I don't want to talk about it. Now, the reason why I think that it was this bird that they tried to replicate was because the T-Rex lived around 90 to 66 million years ago. And the only bird-like dinosaur in that period was, of course, the Pterosaurus. But the only bird that soared the skies in the desert was this. So now here's a quick rundown of my theory. The lonely T-Rex has wandered off onto the deserts and is running off to find river or lakes or forests. Most likely rivers because not only live near deserts but also rivers. So there's a possibility that there is a river nearby. So man is booking it to home basically. And the reason we as players keep dying is because we are not in the natural habitat of the T-Rex. It's not used to jumping. T-Rex was mostly known for it just ramming through its prey, just like booking it. And so it's not used to jumping, it's not used to the desert. So the reason we keep dying is because everything about this T-Rex, right, everything that it is dealing with is against its natural buildup. So could it be that this particular T-Rex is just an anomaly? The more we live in this game, the more obstacles we run through, the more we are able to get far, the more unlikely it becomes that this T-Rex survives. So does that mean that the more the player plays this game, the more unique this T-Rex becomes? Could our little lonely T-Rex be an anomaly? The longer you play the game, the more you increase the chances of this T-Rex to be a unique birth of nature. But the never-ending nature of the game makes one ponder if the lonely T-Rex is already dead and keeps reliving its past memories and is stuck in a limbo that it can't escape from. Or it's just a random dinosaur in a random landscape to not bore you when your internet is down.